What was the most surprising thing you seen when you went there?
Looking at his sons, it really wasn't Quincy. And I'm gonna start there. Looking at Quincy, Quincy looked at me just like, Quincy really brainwashed. Quincy has been around Diddy since he was a child. And Quincy is actually Albie Show's son. He looked at me and was just like, wow. Um, Justin, that little cornball, he looked at me and was like, fuck you. And then Christian, he just was there. Christian don't know no better. That's Kim's son. And he looked at me and just more like, man, the fuck, right? It was actually jury duty, you right? So I watched the jury duty. I didn't actually watch the trial, but I wanted to go up there. I got paid to go up there, but I wanted to go up there myself and be like, I'm in the building, because I can't be the type of person to speak on Diddy on platforms and not be able to face him. You're here right now in New Orleans with me. I'm from Uptown New Orleans, the Third Wall, Baron Street. Where I'm from, we can't look at you or speak on you and not face you. That'll be a coward move. Anything that I say is my truth, and it's the truth, right? So I wanted to see him and let it be known that I'm speaking on you and I'm here in the building. Not just for that of the coward move that I'm not, but actually because you need to let me go. You need to sign my name off so I can proceed with my life. So that's why I went up there. But it was pretty cool though, because I seen Cassie. She smiled and smirked at me. Diddys Sons looked at me like I was a bitch ass nigga, but I looked at them like they cornballs. His daughters was there. They innocent, so I didn't really peep that out really. I didn't care about looking at them. They innocent. Diddy mama looked at me like, yeah, fuck you, nigga. So either way, it was still a good look though. It was a good look. I didn't care. I smiled. I smiled.
How far apart was Cassie and Diddy's family?
Diddy Family was on the left, Cassie was on the right. It was like this.
Did you ever see him
It
look?
was like the yin and the yang.
Did you ever see him look at each other?
I seen Cassie husband and Diddy Family look at each other, but Cassie looked straightforward. It was just like she was focused. I really don't feel like Cassie wanted to be there. She was pregnant. I don't think she wanted to be there. I think that the Alphabet Boys not just manipulated her, but forced her to be there. I think Cassie is just there to just get it over with. I don't really think Cassie's goal was to um, kick him while he was down, and that's just my opinion. From what I looked at, and I'm very observant. She didn't look like she was there to destroy him. She was just like, I'm here. They made me come here. I'm just gonna speak my piece and let it go. And Diddy Family was on the left. Cassie was on the right.
How did Diddy look?
Uh, Diddy looked like a elder man. Um, he looked like a older hip man. He looked like a man that he looked like a cool grandpa. He didn't look like he was out of the loop. He didn't know what he was doing. Diddy looked like he knew exactly where he was at, what he was doing. I could tell that posture wise and characteristically, he kept his head up for his family. And I can't say he looked bad. Only difference is we're so used to seeing Diddy with, the waves and the dark hair, but in that trial situation, he had gray hair, and he looked like somebody cool ass grandpa. So that's what I would say about that.
Did you and Diddy look at each other? Did he see you?
Yeah, when I came in, I low key was low key in the cut. I was in the back, but when he looked over to his right, well, actually, he didn't look over to his right because Diddy family was to the left. He looked behind him and he seen me. I guess somebody told him I was there. He looked at me and went like this. He was a face of disappointment. But the real truth of it is, I'm disappointed. It's because if it was up to Diddy, he would have dug me out like he did the Black Robs, the Maces, the Craig Macks, the Biggies, and all these people. Diddy would have dug me out if it was up to him. But courtesy of this situation, when you sign a deal with someone and then they are in this predicament, you have to release them. But yet and still, I spoke my piece and my truth on Diddy. And then he looked at me like, I can't believe you done this to me. But deep down, I can't believe Diddy done this to me. is because when Katrina happened, he told me to get on the road more than understanding the detrimental situation of the hurricane. And not just that, when I caught a sex trafficking charge in 2022, I got Drew the bad boy, and I asked them, can they help me? And they told me no. So I was okay being there because I wanted him to see me. So the look was disappointment for him, but the outcome was disappointment for me.
We've all been hearing about Kid Cudi and his Porsche being blown up for a while, but learning about him getting on the stand and actually, seeing the headlines and everything, it kind of felt like a little bit different. What's your thoughts on him, his willingness to get on the stand and say everything that he said?
I think Kid Cudi is he's a civilized man. I feel like I had to think about this too. I think Kid Cudi is a civilian. I felt like Kid Cudi did what he felt was right for him. That street is out the window. It's so played out, and I got to get that out of my mind and out of my system as well. You heard me? Kid Cudi went up there because it was the right thing for him to do. Kid Cudi, I still feel like it was unnecessary for him to do it. But yet and still, I can't tell a civilian what's right and wrong for them. If he accused Diddy of blowing up his car, ransacking his house, hurting his dog, he has the right to say what he wanted to say and speak his piece just as well as I did when I was there. I just feel like there's a difference between a civilian and a street dude. I wouldn't have done that. No matter if Diddy would have blew up my whole family, I just wouldn't have testified. I just would have got my get back, however way I would have got it. But Kid Cudi is an artist. He's a poet. He's a Samaritan. And I feel like Kid Cudi felt like the right thing for him to do is speak his piece, allegedly. And mind you, when he testified, everything he spoke on, his rebuttal was always allegedly. So I just think it made Diddy look more of a monster than what he should have looked at, and I don't think Kid Cudi should have been there. I think you should have let Cassie handle her business of what these people aim for her with, because I still feel like they didn't give Kid Cudi a subpoena to speak his piece. I think Kid Cudi wanted to go up there and speak his piece, and I don't think it was necessary. So regardless of what people say, I don't care what people say. I just don't think Kid Cudi needed to be there, and that's just me. Because he didn't have to.
One thing that I thought from the Kid Cudi testimony is I kind of feel like it made it definitely look like Diddy had a team of people that were working either with him or for him. And I think that maybe that was maybe the primary reason for them bringing Kid Cudi up. I could be wrong though, you know what I'm saying? But
you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Cam, because the more the story is, the aim that they're aiming for is not just the testimony for Kid Cudi. It's to consider Diddy in the RICO case, and that's what it was about. It was to make him seem like he was doing mafia things. And I'm not gonna lie, they kind of succeeded with that with the Kid Cudi. You heard me? Situation is because blowing up somebody's car, ransacking their house, hurting their dog, no matter how it sounded, it is mafia terms. And that was their point of doing that with Kid Cudi. But maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think I'm wrong.
Man, yeah, I know. I hear you, man. It's kind of crazy, man.
It's Mafia Style.
Yeah, what they say, Diddy's in your house. Like that sounds like some stuff you would hear from the mafia. Like the mafia would call you like, "Hey man, I'm in your house, bro. You better get over here because shit's about to go down."
Believe that.
Yeah.
So that was their goal.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.